Okay, let's see. Bang, bang, food. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Share. Discord, YouTube, send. Alright, let's see. Whoops, shut up. There we go. Okay. Broken. Close, 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 close. Take it off. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm working on it. Oh, dang it. Oh, come on. What's up? Hold on. Hold on. Give me a few seconds. What up, Rock Boss? Hold on. Bam. Bam. Hold on. What's going on, cat? What's going on? Hold on 1 second. I'm still doing my. I'm slow. Quite slow. All right. Bang, bang. Auto find and activate. All right. That's going on. How you guys doing? What up, Mehmet? What's going on, everybody? Hold on. I'm almost there. And bam. And copy. Okay. All right. Bang. Bang. Pin. All right. What's going on, everybody? Just doing a break. The breaks are good. Nice name change. Rock Moz? Yeah, he's got tired of me calling sussy. Oh, boy. All right, let's see. That's just a guess. Okay. Oh, I forgot the Twitch thing, too. I guess we can put that up. Nah, no matter. I don't care. Okay, all right. He does. I'll reload. What up, Brianna? What's going on? Most people can't read it. Right. Yeah. That's that's the interesting thing about creativity. Some people think of something and oh, that's so creative, but some people don't know where to put the space or how you pronounced it. Like when people do, yeah. I got it. Sussy. You wanna? So you was like, let me remove that. Right. Yes. Right. Right. And sometimes you grow up, like a lot of kids get on there and you're like, my name's going to be 4206769. And then it's like, okay, now I want to know more than just freaking people yelling at walls. So yeah. Life happens like that. And it's all right. Do it. Shows maturity. What if nobody remembers me? They'll remember you. They'll remember you. Auto find and activate. Activate. Deactivate. All right, let me turn on. That's fine. We'll leave it like that. Okay, how's everybody doing? Make sure this works. Okay, let's shrink this down a little bit. Oops. Oh no. I sure was. My apologies. I sure was. Let's see. Thank you. How you doing, Brianna? What's up? What's up? Hello. Hello. Wisconsin Dell is very cool websites. I'm not making fun of anybody. You look like Tom Petty. That's all right. That's all right, brother. If I look like Tom Petty, I look like Tom Petty. Okay. Don't worry. I'm not a freaking cry bully wackadoo on the internet. Yeah, I'm sorry. What is a book that you would absolutely recommend reading? Me? So number one, regardless of what your religious affiliation is, read something like the Bible, the Quran, something that people have been reading for 1,000 years or 3,000 years. You understand, you'll help you understand the world because you see how things that have happened 3,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, how everything starts to repeat and how people come up with ideas and what people try to do. It's absolutely a book that people, especially the Bible, in my case, how people think, why people do what they do, how people they'll do anything for power, and then how it'll help you understand the world, because a lot of people just are so lost in trying to figure out, what am I doing here? How was I here? How did science create me? And all. But people have been talking about this for thousands of years, and the conversation just keeps repeated and keeps being repeated and repeated and repeated. And then other people can tell you, no, this is why this is what you should be doing, blah, blah, blah. And you don't understand that when you're young, that people are just trying to do, they're looping. One thing that worked in the past will work in the future, whether it's good for the people or bad for the people. So you understand how knowledge has been passed down, and it's all the same, and how deception works. It's very, 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 very good. It's very hard to read, but 5 minutes a day, for however long it takes you, a couple of verses a day. And then another one is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, another very, very good book on how people think on outside, and how big corporations, other planets, don't mind just bulldozing you to get what they want. What did you use to get rid of dandruff? There stage them at stage 5. There's products available at Walmart. Yeah. You can get them on Amazon. I made my own. It's another Wisconsinite. What up, Katra? I really like your ideas. Do teach. So yeah, brother, your content is so underrated. Hey, thank you. I always stand behind creators who put their heart into what they do. Keep pushing. You're doing great and I deserve every bit of success coming your way. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Jeez, bro, looks like Mrs. Doubtfire. All right, hold on. Let's look up the first one. Tom Petty. Come on, he ain't got no big nose. He's got some small little button nose. And who was the other one? Mrs. Doubtfire. Still. Come on. Yeah, maybe more like it. Yeah, way better than brain rot on the interwebs. Hey, thank you, WDD. Thank you, Craftsman. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, my brother. Alice Cooper. I would say more like, especially his nose. Alice Cooper. Yeah, let me try to find a. Yeah, look at that nose, boy. Look at that. There you go. We are witnessing history. Thank you. I think we are. We're doing good. But we are witnessing history also. If we're talking about the look on your face is what's similar. Yeah, I think so. Right. Yeah. Rock Moss, don't bully people. I spent 5 hours documenting paper shop inventory and invoices to the computer. I got a splitting headache. Okay, so let's go with the first one here, the dandruff. Listen, most dandruff is from an overabundance of yeast on your scalp, okay? So people think, oh, it's dry skin. It's not dry skin. The companies that want to sell you dandruff shampoo tell you it's dry skin. You get extra moisturizing. No, it's all crap. Dandruff is an overabundance of yeast. All right. Well, and you can look it up and you'll get lied to if you ask for lies, but if you find the truth, you find the truth. Dandruff scalp yeast. Dandruff is primarily cause of an overgrowth of malassezia, a yeast that feeds on scalp oils, triggering inflammation, itchy skin, right? Triggering inflammation and itchy skin. So what do? Rosemary oil and oregano oil for dandruff. Rosemary oil and oregano oils are effective natural remedies for dandruff due to their potent antifungal and antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory properties. They help reduce the malassezia fungus linked to flaking, soothe the scalp, and balance sebum production. Both oils must be diluted. So you take like I usually do 4 or 5, like 4 is a good one. 4 drops of oregano oil, 4 drops of rosemary oil into a couple of teaspoons of coconut oil, and then mix it together. Rub it on your scalp before you go to bed. Wake up, take your shower like normal. But it has to be, look, it actually says right here, scalp massage oils, 3 to 5 drops of rosemary oil or a blend of both rosemary and oregano, and a tablespoon of the carrier oil like olive, jojoba, or coconut. Massage into scalp, let it sit for 20 to 60 minutes. And that's fine too. Some people, when you first try it, put a dab behind, like when you make your first mix, put a dab behind your right ear, whatever, one of your ears. And then in the morning, if you wake up and if you've got redness, dilute it with more coconut oil, then try again on your left ear. And then if you wake up and there's no like redness or anything, then you can put it on your whole scalp. Some people mix it in with their shampoos and whatnot. Okay, right here. Sorry, shampoo boost. Add 3 or 4 drops directly to your regular shampoo per wash. So but the thing is, most people use too much shampoo. Usually you're only supposed to use a dime to a quarter sized, and people put like whole, and they're just destroying. Dune or Star Wars. Man, what? You're a freaking jerk. Why would you do that to somebody? That's rude. That's like saying your mother or your father. That's so rude. Okay, old Dune versus new Star Wars. So the new Star Wars is the old Dune, original Dune, absolutely. But the original Star Wars was pretty freaking amazing. Go with those. Actually, free Kanye. It was so weird. It ended my life for a few seconds. Your hair is so bred. So your hair is bred. Yeah, freaking Chad. Yeah. Most people don't. Why would they teach you that? They don't want to teach you how to get rid of it. They want you to wash it off so then it comes back and you have to use their product over and over and over and over and forever. If I stop using this, I'll get it back and it's so embarrassing. No, get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's an infection, basically. It's a yeast infection. Star Wars, yes, are better. I agree. I agree. If I had to choose to watch one, the original 3 Star Wars I would watch over Dune, but Dune was a great movie. I was feeling so great yesterday, top of my game, lots of energy without any signs of time breaking. Time my month come, girl, my body needs a warning, more like I'm in so much pain. I showed you yesterday. I could have stayed home if I knew this was going, but I barely had time in the morning, just left anyway because I wasn't sure if it was one of the fluke days or not. Right. Listen, entertainment used to be entertainment. Now it's frickin' cry bullies trying to tell you to vote the way that they want you to vote. And regardless if you agree with it or not, entertainment is supposed to be an escape from the news, an escape from the wackadoos of the world. Republican or Democrat, liberal or conservative. That stuff should be, and people forgot. How can we slip this in there? How can we make, it's so, and so many people are so selfish that they want to create a character that represents them. Like now I'm not talking about sexually or whatnot, but just like has the same haircut and the same style and stuff. Just because it's freaking wackadoodle. I worked in the movie industry for 15 years, and it wasn't until like the last 10 that really started to happen all the time. Because anybody can make some internet stuff. Anybody can make a game. It might suck, and a lot of them do. New Dune movies is at a new standard for cinema. Yeah, I'll have to watch it. Lady asked me how did I get my hair so long. I told her I only wash it 3 times a week, and she thought I was gross. Right? It's not gross. It's not gross. We're shamed into that. We're shamed into telling us, no, the human body is wrong, and until this company came up with this product, humanity was doomed. You were doomed to be disgusting unless you use this product. Well, what about the thousands of years before that product was invented? Was everyone gross? It's absolute bullcrap. Learn to fail. Learn that failure isn't the end. Failure is the dotted line between beginning and success. Failure is a great place to educate yourself from. Don't give up. You are the vegan teacher. Suddenly, I started to love girls so much, I don't know why. Puberty. I was on a different stream where we were arguing about religion, and I got to say hold on. And I got them to say spread the other cheek. Vote for me. I promise nothing will change and I'll get filthy rich. Exactly. They are cute. That means you are becoming a man. Woo! What's going on, Loretta? All right, what was the other one? Headaches. So headaches, I do the same thing. Look, and stress headaches are usually caused by damn it, I can't remember the name of the chemical. Hold on a second. What's the stress hormone? Damn it. Stress hormone. Not hormones, stress hormone. Cortisol. So, and I talk about this all the time. Methylcobalamin, methyl cobalamin, and migraines. All right. So methylcobalamin may help manage migraines by reducing homocysteine levels and acting as a nitric oxide scavenger. Studies indicate that migraineurs often have low B12. So when the homocysteine or cortisol, homocysteine can lead to cortisol production. When that happens, you don't have enough B12 to counteract it. So your body, you shouldn't be. You might have a headache for a few seconds and before it gets really bad, it gets counteracted. I'm stressed out, I'm getting a headache. And then, okay, calm down, it goes away. So you don't have enough precursors in your body to reduce the on stress hormone. What up? Food is my love language. Yes, cortisol. Jerry Lewis says hello and he likes the channel. Hey, thank you, Jerry Lewis. What up, Emily? Stress is your husband? I like what you do. Do that deep voiceover. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will save the world. Are you Katzberg? Somebody asked me that yesterday. I'm not, but no, yeah. Does anyone listen to Michael Jackson here? I used to listen to a lot. Yeah, I don't listen to anything anymore. I know, no deal. I'm not Jewish. I just broke my nose a bunch of times. Skateboarding, baby. Yeah. Migraines, too much blood flow, or not enough. Bastards are painful as hell. Right, but regardless of what hormones are released when you're stressed, your body should be able to produce the antidotes to them to counteract it. But we have so much chlorine in our water that chlorine kills the gut bacteria that can help bring vitamin B, a lot of vitamins from your food into your bloodstream. And that's a big problem. But you know what? They know that. And they're like, hey, if everybody drinks chlorinated water, they won't get this or that bacteria. But if you just filter your water and you don't have chlorine in it, then the chlorine won't sterilize the inside of your body, which is actually the outside of your body. Thank God. I showed my coworker your channel. The first thing she said was, damn, look at that nose. Hey, it's a magnet, I tell you, whether good or bad. Do you know I'm a rock with beer? I guess he's a rock with beer. I'm 17, so listen to 8 out of 10 studio albums of Michael Jackson for the first time in just a week. Never even listened to Thriller. Yeah, man, listen and imagine music today pretty much blows. And the reason it used to be very difficult to make music, let alone freaking chart-topping music. Now anybody can be like, AI, write me a beat. AI, write me some lyrics that people will like. AI, auto-tune my voice to, and that's it. So you get just flooded with crap. And even before that, it was still very easy. You didn't even have to do it in rhythm. The DAW will automatically, or the drum machine will put your off rhythm beats into rhythm, quantize them. So anybody could make music. But back then, you had to get with a group of people, and whether they were Republican or Democrat, it didn't matter. If they were good at the drums or good at the bass, and now everybody doesn't need other people to make music, but they're making crap music. And people are, until you go back and listen to the history of music and how music used to be kick-ass, and a bunch of people that had to come together to make it happen, because you couldn't just say, hey, freaking chat GPT, make me a beat, dude. Make it sick fire. It's 6-7. That's why I love having my own water bottle. Yep, that's one of the best things you can do. I was in the music industry. I've played music for years. I was a lead singer in a band. And songwriter. And then I was in the movie industry for 15 years, right before I did YouTube. I hate the fact that actually I like some AI music. Right. And a lot of people do. But a lot of people, it's gonna flood the market. And just like with sex, when you flood the market with sex, people aren't interested in marriage, and music and sex becomes less important because it's so easy to get. And then music, so many people can do it, but like sex, not very many people are good about it. They're good at it. They don't care about you. They don't care. They're just making a product. And so many people are going to be like, I'm tired of being fooled. Like, imagine paying $100 to go to a concert, and you go there and it's just a movie, an AI movie. They're projecting the AI characters that are playing AI keyboards and AI saxophone and AI lead singer and stuff like that. And they're going to do it like rap did. They're going to have some AI tracks in the background. You're going to have a human singing the AI written lyrics, and AI is going to auto-tune it live. And then people are going to be like, this is crap, because people want to do what they can't do. They want to see people do what they can't do. They want to see people like, I can't play the guitar, but this dude can shred, and I've tried. And it's like, and this guy's like, you know what I'm saying? So anybody will do the AI stuff. And once that gets fatigued, then they're going to want to see people, history's going to repeat itself. And then it's going to come back to plays. People are going to go see plays because they want to see humans on stage that they have the possibility of meeting. The thing about music and entertainment is you seeing humans do things that you can't do, and that you have the possibility of maybe getting an autograph and stuff like that. That's what's going to happen. Caddy is a baddie. What up, ND? Yeah, it's all it's all the same because it's all being repeated. The things that make you the music take from previously written music. Hello, wifey. That's why I'm into 2000s indie folk. Yeah, it's great stuff. I think it's the most close you can get to human expression. DIY sounds, no inches. Right, dude. People that do stuff like they build their own cellos, their own bass guitars. Like, yeah. A lot of good old music is dark because the beat we don't care about. New subscriber. Thank you, Soul Music, brother. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, brother. Fan. I'm terrified of people who like AI music. I like good because it makes my. But like Richard said, a lot of people suck at it, right? I actually researched all of Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch, and that gets them crazy with what people say. Right, because he was the anti. He was the one trying to protect kids, and the people that were trying to hurt kids said, no, look over there instead of looking at me. Look over there. I know, dear. I can play the guitar like ringing a bell. Huge anus. What up, Mr. Mojo? That emoji replied to your first comment. I know, dear. I would never, I would never match Van Halen for Hamden Squad. That's right. What it would do is it would replay with its own twist, that someone else already twisted to make it. You would never say, make something that no one's ever heard before with instruments that are absolutely fantastical and amazing. It'll just pull, because it only knows what it has heard. The thing about human creativity is we can take things that we see from nature in our own way, and then make that part. Like Bjork used to go around with a sampler and like record glaciers going creaking, and then when they work that into her music and stuff like that. Yeah. Can't anyone with hands play the triangle? They might miss the beat. They might be off rhythm. They might hit the wrong. There's a lot of different reasons. I never played a triangle. It's a very hard skill. Most people don't have good rhythm, and that's why it's hard. If you have good rhythm, you can program all the instruments, but you can't find 5 people that all click, get together, and all have. You can be on. Yeah. All right, Rock. Hold on, brother. What am I missing? Where'd it go? There it is. Let's see. Hold on. Let me make sure. Dude, we're having such a good conversation, and you want to throw in the frickin' brain rot.
Do this. Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola.
At least he's doing something.
See?
Freaking wackadoodle. Man, were you researching all the Neverland Ranch case? I found myself reading the articles from 2003, 2006 last night. Michael Jackson will always be relevant. Yeah, no, dude, absolutely. That's what I first learned to play. Like the first song that I was able to play. The first song I was able to play on the piano, like full, was not My Dog Has Fleas. When the Saints Go Marching In, and then For Elise and The Entertainer. What up, Emmy? Sounds like there are real people in the world which good producers sample and morph them into synthesizers. Yeah. I'm also very good at playing stupid. Okay, let's see. Probably either Bad or Thriller. But Thriller was absolutely kick-ass. Moonwalker also, but Thriller or Bad are 2 of the. But dude, Michael Jackson goes way before that. Like, remember, he was in the Jackson 5. Michael Jackson was doing music since he was I think 6 or 7 years old. Michael Jackson's musical career. 1958, okay. In the 1960s, the Jackson 5, so he was let's see what year it was. But yeah, here's oh no, let's find this. Okay, 1964, so he was 6 years old. He began performing at the age of 5, joining his brothers and signed to Motown in 1969 when he was 9 years old. Hold on, what? Am I got the wrong there? Yeah, 1969. He was 9 years old. 11 years old. What? Hold on. 58 plus 11 is 69. Yeah, he was 11 years old when he signed to a major label. Solo rise in 1975 to 1984, he switched over. Off the Wall, another great album. Thriller, great album. Yeah, absolutely. Badass. I saw an interview with Macaulay Culkin, and he said Michael Jackson. Right, exactly. Right. But they wanted to hide it so much, they would start 86ing people. Can I get a shout out from Mexico? My signal ain't that good because of the raid happened here. All the death in the cartel. Bomba clot buster. All right, stay safe, my friend. Stay safe, brother. Michael Jackson was the king of light skin and dark skin. He did both. He conquered both. Don't worry, I listened to all his Jackson 5 albums, plus his Bad, Thriller, Invincible, plus Off the Wall, one single week. Can you imagine out the accent? I got music. Yeah, dude, right. And this is what the internet should be used for. Not how to destroy and tear down other people, but how to appreciate. And the thing is, if you become a musician, you don't need to redo Michael Jackson. You can learn to play and sing like Michael Jackson to learn how to express yourself. But people are just so conquer these days. It's so one of my stop the love you save. There you go. Let's look at I can't play it. Wish I could. Stop and the love you save. The love you save. Let me see. Where's it at? Oh, you guys can't even see it. I'm a moron. No, okay, let's see. Yeah, those are two. Okay, what? Why are you wearing my grandmother's glasses? I was kissing her on the lips, and she's like, "Put them on." I put them on. Michael Jackson looked like a boy of color and turned white. Do you remember the Osmonds? Yeah. The Osmonds. Yeah, absolutely. Your face 80% matching with Ramiz Raja, former cricketer. Somebody said that the other day too, Abdul. Someone said that the other day. Yeah, I'm familiar with who he was. We pulled it up. Yeah, that we do have that right top center here. Yep, that's definitely the Indian version of me. Well, Pakistani, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, India. I just joined. Why is someone named Bob Gloucester? What's up? Or I don't know why kids my age never listen to anything. Because they only want to be involved with the latest trends. They don't want to know why the trends are made and what creates what. They only want to go. Most people just want other people to know they exist. And catching on with trends and doing what other people want you to do is a way to try to do that. But then you just, insane. No problem, brother. What up, cheese brother? What's going on? Yeah. 63 years old. He's a lot older than me. I was born in 77. He was born in 62. Bad Bunny with no music. Michael Jackson was hilarious. Right. And this is I'm going to tell you something about Bad Bunny. Or's like 12. Gosher. I never seen a streamer like you giving importance to every comment. It's what I do, brother. It's what I do. Okie dokie. My mission is to watch all the tours now. Absolutely. No, listen. He started when he was 5. So many, and look, and he was still super relevant in like his late 50s. Right? Like he was still, so it's like, because he didn't give in to all of the social pressures. He didn't have to be what he wasn't. He did what he wanted to do and he didn't hurt people. He wasn't for if you're not a Republican, if you're not a Democrat, if you're not, that, like, he didn't care about that stuff. He wanted to just do a positive thing for humanity. Now so many people are like, you're wrong side of history, and it's all crap. It's all trash, because it's people that can't see the future that lie to you to tell them that they can because they want more attention. It's freaking wackadoo. Please do, my friend Abdul. Please do. Please do. Look, he likes his name so much he's got it twice. Name so nice, he used it twice. There you go. Do you know about Prince? We can learn back from him. Right? Listen, work ethic. People are like, no, I want to go to college and then go to work a 9 to 5 and blah, blah, blah. You do that. Some people do their own thing. If you learn how to make other people money and that's all you do your whole life, that's on you. You can also learn how to hire people and how, like, he had a team, and that's the thing. People don't want competition, so they tell people they can do everything themselves. You can start, but you need to find people that will back you. Like, look at an army. No, you don't see one guy going out and like, pew, 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 pew. No, that's not how it works. You convince a bunch of people that something is worth something, but is it good for all? Like a lot of the movements now are people that hate other people. And it's absolutely wackadoo. Would you still love me if I was a midget? Yes, sir. I love from Pakistan. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Love from America, Atlanta, Georgia. So I was in Indian weddings singing "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." Don't stop till you get enough. I like putting them on stage. People butcher his songs so much. The real ones practice alone 24/7. Right, but some people don't have the talent. Right, some people don't have the talent, but they've got the drive, the passion, so they want to do it so bad because look, you have to be able to enjoy it. I mean, I understand not buying the dude's cover song record and stuff like that, but the fact that he introduced you or helped or to keep Michael Jackson's music alive is it depends how you look at things, hey now, shout out to all my haters, trolls out there. All donations to blah, 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 Chicago Illinois Sex advance. Good luck, my brother. Yeah, you don't answer me. What? Would you still love me if I was a midget? No. Of course I'd still love you if you were a midget. What do you do, sir? So currently right now I'm a YouTuber and I help my neighbors. So when I was in the movie industry, and when I decided to leave, I went around to all of my neighbors and I said, if you need anything done, if you need dog poop picked up, your dog walked, you need a plumbing, electrical work, your lawn mowed, anything you need done that you're gonna pay somebody else for, let me give you a quote and I'll beat it. And then, so I just work for my community so that I can talk to people like you around the world in a positive way. Afternoon, did you suggest put up a cold start video of the bike? Hold on. Afternoon, did what you suggested, put up a cold start video of the bike. All right, brother, you want to watch it? Let's watch it. There he is, Fat Bong. Just kidding. All right. How dare you? My vocal range is G2 to E5. That's talent. Low, 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 low. Low, 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 low. Jeez, the Island Boys are the best artists in the world. How you know that, Gersh? Yo, what's an underrated artist according to you? An underrated artist, dude, I know thousands. I played music for years and years and years, and I met some of the greatest artists like that just play in garages and play in their bedrooms that never get the push. But dude, I mean, and anybody, well, there's a lot of overrated artists, and we'll talk about that in just a second. I checked on the vocal range calculator. Yep, that's good. No joke. You're insane, dude. You have all the abilities. Listen, and you can too. I'm 49 years old. I'm 49. I had 25 jobs by my 25th birthday. Companies try to tell you that you should be loyal to companies because they want to get your energy, your youth out of you so that they can benefit from it and then push you out of the way to replace you with somebody else in 30 years or whatever. Yeah, you don't got to live like that. Did you cry when Michael Jackson died? Yes, I did. I absolutely did. But not because I was just sad, because I knew what was going on. I knew it was for political reasons. I knew that the whole Epstein files wrap up, and not just the Epstein files, but the people in that community he was calling out. I'm the best rapper in Denmark. If you knew Danish, you would agree. All right, hold on. I'm starting to miss something. Something that I missed. Okay. Let's go to Fat Bong. Fat Bong, brother. I missed you. Where you at? Hold on. There you are. Okay. Don't stop till you get enough. Fat Bong, brother. It doesn't look like you posted it. Oh, you recorded it. I thought you meant you posted it. I think you might have left it. It's not available. It's not public. Island Boy tries songs with the gang slang. I'd scream into the void all the time, my brother. Jeez. 49. You feel like I'm in my 20s. Dude, listen. As long as you stay healthy and be your own doctor, get your own blood tests and do the own research. Spend an hour, like go to a lab. You don't need to go to a doctor's office. Maybe you do it in Pakistan or India or wherever, or US, wherever you're at. Go get a blood test, and you can if you have the blood test results and you look up and look at other countries, like what does America say that this vitamin level should be at, this hormone level? What does Germany say? What does Japan say? And then find out what you should do for yourself and what are safe levels and whatnot. And then if you have something that's really bad that you need assistance for, what can you do on your own with your diet and supplementation to take care of that? And if you can't take care of that, go to a doctor. Absolutely. Sugarloaf, GarageBand, one time. I think I remember Sugarloaf. I'm on my wrenching cannabinoid account. It's on my wrenching cannabinoid account now. It's okay. You can put it in the Discord if you want. Fat Bong, brother. Isn't Epstein Island Boy? Yes, he is. Epstein Buzz going in 2008, pretending it's like it's yesterday's. He's right. Yeah. It's called propaganda. People want to make you believe something is different than reality, and so they put out a bunch of crap, just like they fill the news cycle with useless stuff so people don't remember about things. I agree with Andy, even though I'm not Danish. How do you still have the drive? This youth, not afraid to start over. I tell people this every day. Methylcobalamin, vitamin B12, and vitamin D3 are the two things that most humans on Earth are low in. If you don't feel like I feel without drugs, check your vitamin levels. A lot of people have issues, ADHD and whatnot, and most of it's not actually that. It's ADHD symptoms, but it can also be a vitamin deficiency. A lot of the stuff we drink, the chlorinated water that we drink, destroy the bacteria in our guts that make and move the nutrition from our food into our bloodstream. Get it straightened out. If you keep making fun of his age, you'll get back pain. Oh, wrenching cannabinoid is the name. Okay. Gotcha. Hold on. All right, let's see. Wrenching cannabinoid. All right, let's see.
This is going to be my cold start of my 2013.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, that's not good.
Look at that freaking girl, boy.
It's
Yeah.
important. And as you can see, she is, wrong side. Definitely cold. I can just...
Yeah, don't do that. Don't grab exhaust pipes, people. Unless it's your vehicle.
Yada.
I don't know.
She's got a little bit of a lean mixture, so she's not happy, but she works.
Come on, car, catch up. Choke it. You look like a real analyst of Michael Jackson. You think that? Yes, I do. 100%. 100%. Right. I think it was planned. Oh, sorry. Oh, we missed it.
It's gonna be my...
There it is.
All right. This is going to be my cold start of my 2013 Tao CY50A. Oh, that's not good. Hold on.
All right, there we go. Let's see. Craig, because you don't have enough bandwidth, Putin. Thank you very much. Nice advice, coaching for free. Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. All right, go eat dinner. Go eat Swedish meatballs. Bingo bongo. All right. I got it. Health. Make sure it's also mentality and mindset. Right. The problem is when we get unhealthy and we don't realize it because we're drinking enough milk, we're eating enough this and that. But what else are you doing? What are you smoking? What else are you doing? What are you drinking that can cancel out the nutrition from what you're bringing in your body? Most people are sick. Most people. There's a 50cc, 49. You know it's 49. I've not seen a moped for ages. They're freaking awesome. How about the Ventures? Tequila, great band, right? Yeah. Do you know some vocal exercises I do for good singing? Dude, sing everywhere. Sing, and the more you push your voice, sing like you mean it, even if you can't. And then you'll get there. And one of the big things you can do is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do you think our Jen is just asked me, I feel this daily. We're not good enough for the world, honestly. No one. Okay, right. They don't. And that's on purpose. People that don't want their power structure replaced don't teach people how to learn. They teach them what to learn. And that's a big problem. Learn how to learn. How did people learn 1,000 years ago? You've got access to that knowledge. Find it out. Research it yourself. Understand that schools don't teach you how to learn. They teach you what to learn, and they fail you if you can't do it. Learning is a skill. Mopeds are definitely kick-ass. Yeah, Vespas, I like them too. Yeah. I want a Vespa. They're expensive. Let's look them up. Vespa. Yeah, those things are freaking cool. Let's look at some prices. 1946. They're so iconic, and they're all over the world. Here's 2025s. Here's a 50. Here's a 50. Let's see what we can find them for. Shopping. Yeah, $1,800, $1,300. Oh, look at that, a sidecar. Hold on. Where's it at? There's a sidecar right there. You can put on so that you can drive your girl around. I used to have a Pugo Hot 50 that went 60 miles an hour. That's nice. What up, Robert? Strapping. How Michael Jackson's ass was planned wasn't an accident. It wasn't an accident. Absolutely not. Listen. The doctor knows. The doctor knew that if he tried to do CPR with Michael Jackson on the bed, that when he tried to do chest compressions, the bed would compress also. Doctors know that. I know that, and I'm not a doctor. And so he gave him too much propofol, and then he said, I tried to give him CPR. Well, you did it wrong. You should have drug his ass off onto the floor and done it. You should have called 911 as soon as the interaction happened and gave him CPR till they showed up. He knew the CPR he was doing, and then he got away with it because everybody was okay with it. Sing scales and push your diaphragm. Learn to breathe from your diaphragm. Learn to breathe using your diaphragm, not your chest. When you breathe singing, you shouldn't be going because that changes how your sounds. Your body is a resonant cavity, so you want to keep your body the same as the time and keep it set so that when you're breathing, your voice doesn't change as you're breathing. As I remember older Vespa was Italian Army, World War II, mounted 105 recoilless rifle. You better. Yeah, don't smoke. There's cyanides. Okay, cobalamin, vitamin B12. If you smoke, the cyanides from smoke combine with B12 and convert it to cyanocobalamin, which is a non-active form of B12. So you can't get it, and you need it. You need a lot more of it than they say. My little guy tops out at 50-55, me and the wife on it. How are we supposed to be okay with it? You also said it was politically reasonable. I didn't say it was reasonable. I said, maybe we're... No. Right, what are you going to do? The people that said do it are the ones that run the law. And right, so they say, don't worry, if you get caught, we'll make sure the activist judge will let you go. And that's exactly what happened. So he got arrested and everything. So look, everybody, he got arrested, but I'm so sorry. Well, why didn't you do what your training told you to do? Because you would have lived. Look, people get propofol every day for freaking all kinds of stuff, and they don't just die. And he used to get it like nightly. Be careful, fat. And you're like, oh yeah, don't want to unalive yourself. Dude, your humor's 100% kind, 100% personality, 100%, brother. Thank you, my friend. No, yeah, mine did like 35 miles an hour, and I would have tears being like pushed back on my face because that was fast. When you're not in a car, 30 miles an hour is fast. It's about 30 miles every hour. Knowledge 100%, age 100%. Shut up, brother. I wear full gear. I've ridden about 2 years. This is my first gas bike. Oh, that might make 4 horsepower tops, 40 downhill. Sjögren's syndrome. I don't even know what that is. Let's look it up. Yeah, but the thing, and I don't even know what we're talking about, but yeah, I'll look it up. But the problem is it can also be a million things. But you know what you can't do now? Bring him back to life. So they could say, oh, he might have had this weird genetic anomaly. Blah, 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 blah. Here's a look. He had sugar in his body. He farted 3 times before he went to bed. They can say anything to cover up their crap. And that's the thing. That's the problem with deceptive people. If they prove to be deceptive, if they think being deceptive is okay in any part of their public persona, then you know they'll use it whenever they have to. Okay, let's see. Sjögren's syndrome, a chronic autoimmune disease where the immune system mistakenly attacks moisture-producing glands, primary causing severe dry. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, it could have been, but there's also a lot of propofol in his body. But does that kill you straight dead? He wasn't sick for years and years and years and then died. You know, he was like fine, performing one in the morning and dead at night. You know, people don't usually just die. Not usually. I think Michael Jackson's fate proved no matter how good you are, the world will throw you down. Yeah, if you don't do what they say, that's why we got to change the world. I've slid a few times, completely understand the sketch factor. Rather safe than sorry. Richie, see my jacket? Yes, it's rough. You're not banned, fat doorknob, brother. You're definitely getting shadow banned by YouTube, but that ain't by my channel. I got road rash down the entire left sleeve. Two types of riders, those that have laid it down and those that haven't laid it down yet. Yep. Is that your dog? Unhinged. We're all unhinged. I agree, toilet. That's my dog. That my dog? That my dog? No. This is way early for me. Usually I stream like 3:30. I start 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I had a lot of stuff taken out. And it's very cold here now. It's below freezing. I think it's still below freezing, and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon for me. It's 38 degrees, which is like 3 degrees Celsius, I think. Let me see. 38 Fahrenheit to Celsius. It's 3.333.
Fahrenheit is equivalent to 3.333 degrees Celsius.
What comes up must come down. The basis of physics at some point another bike's gonna lay out. Yeah. What up, toilet brother? Your syndrome. I thought you meant Michael Jackson's. Okay. So let's see. Let's go back to that then. Let's look at that real quick, and let's see what else. Okay, listen. I'm not a magician, but I'm going to show you something. Sjögren's syndrome is significantly associated with vitamin B12 deficiency. I'm not lying to you folks. It's serious. We are all underserved when it comes to knowledge about B12 and D3. Studies suggest patients of 6 times more likely, 600%, 6 times more likely to be deficient than the general population. They share symptoms like chronic fatigue, peripheral neuropathy, making screening to avoid irreversible neurologic damage. So if a doctor told you that, the first thing he should have done is checked your B12 levels, and they won't do it. Because there's a lot of other pills they can give you until you're dead. Jeff Buckley never smoked Angelic Voice, and nobody promotes it, but that's cool now, right? Because it was promotion back in the day. It was promotion. When I win the lottery, I'm going to do $7 giveaway. Bam, ND, my sweet toilet. All I need to focus on start soldering these signals back on. Make it happen. Time to smoke and get to work. It's going to pull the quarter from behind his ears. Brother, I'm telling you, that's guy made a deal with the B12 company. I was supposed to be hearing back from them today, but I promise you, listen, if you go back and watch my previous lives, I talk about it at least 78 times every live, well, at least once. But yeah, already smoking. Welcome back. What up, Skibbity Toilet Brush? Hey, we got Skibbity Toilet Brush and Lil Toilet. Yeah. WWE, the World Wrestling, and World Wrestling Entertainment. But it used to be called WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, back when I was a kid. What up, Loretta? I gotta go. Somebody. All right. Stockholm Syndrome is a strange syndrome. It absolutely is. Coming from a heavy smoker, nicotine and marijuana products, smoking is unhealthy, period. Right. Yes, right. You don't need to smoke it just because everybody tells you to smoke it. You don't need to eat gummies. You can take the flour, you can put it in your food, you can eat, you don't need to. Yeah, but it's just, that's what everybody does. Right. Have you ever questioned what everybody does? Yeah, absolutely. Bunch of toilets in here. Call me or next time. We'll consider it. Eat 12 slices of bacon. Is that bacon 12? In your face. Your favorite, dude, Hulk Hogan, dude. Hulk Hogan, I mean, he's dead now, but Randy Savage, absolutely great entertainers back then. I didn't meet Hulk Hogan, but I met a lot of those guys in Baltimore at the Hilton by the Baltimore Arena. I watched a YouTube video called Skinwalker stalks North Carolina man home and gave me the creeps. Yeah, we ain't gonna watch that. I drink 2 liters of cow's milk every day. Yeah, but you're doing all right, ND. Dude, I love making edibles. It's only issue. It stinks up my entire complex. It's not technically legal here. Yeah, better be careful with that. Patty Hearst, most famous syndrome. Oh, yeah. Stockholm Syndrome, right? I used to chug 7 to 10 liters of sweet tea in high school. You're going to be fine. Yeah. Right. And it's unbelievable. If you spend an hour saying, how does the body work? And not ask people, but look it up for yourself and say, okay, I don't have this chemical. what makes that chemical? They say, oh, you don't have enough serotonin. Okay, what makes serotonin? Well, you could go get an SSRI to use more of the serotonin you have. Or why don't you find out how to make more serotonin with how your body is supposed to do it? Remember, these companies didn't create your body. They're just finding ways to that instead of the essential amino acids and essential vitamins, they want to find a way to do that other than you getting it from nature because they want your money. They don't care if you die or not. What up, duo? Only saw jobbers on WWF when I was a kid. And non-cable TV. If I messed with UHF, I would get Nickelodeon, dude. And that was great back when everything was analog because you could use your tuners to bring in the channels that you weren't supposed to get. Great job. Truck driving, absolutely great and respectable. And if you're in the United States, it's going to get even better because of things. But yeah, I would highly recommend a truck driver. Yeah, the truck drivers that I know now are making twice what they were making 2 years ago. Twice, going from like 80,000 a year to 160,000 a year just because of an election. What's the secret? Your energy, intelligence. So I tell everybody, my life changed when I started taking vitamin B12, methylcobalamin. Not cyanocobalamin, not hydrocobalamin, methylcobalamin. It absolutely changed my life. It made my ADHD a blessing rather than a curse. And then so now I'm hyperactive and I can spend lots of time reading. When it used to be I was hyperactive and exhausted. Now I'm hyperactive and energetic. So it doesn't have to be a disability. Truck driving is cool, but not good for your back. No. Mr. Bean, hold on. Mr. Bean. I heard he was dating that porn star now. What's her name? Who is Mr. Bean dating? Mia Khalifa. He's dating the porn star chick. What up, Assail? Welcome back, brother. Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I look like that guy too. Keanu Reeves. We definitely got the same kind of nose, same kind of hair too. Like that's him. Here's a. Okay, my granddad built his own antenna for his house. Had a chance to build a little adjustment to the setup. Yeah, my father did the same. Stereotypical truck stuff, right? Yeah. But you can work against that. Like you can, like when you pull over, do a couple of toe touches. Don't get super fat. Don't let don't forget that humans can work like this and not break themselves. He's so handsome. This is youngin'. I'm John Wick. Yeah. Can you look up meows? Freaking ND. ND likes the meows. Cats and owls mixed together. This is creative. Yeah. It's the way of the road. That's right. You look like one of those medieval era pianists. Dun, 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 dun. Very good for your neurology. Very good for for mood, for everything. So many people go and they get on antidepressants for anxiety, for exhaustion, fatigue, for confusion, for ADHD, all these different drugs that they get put on for it, and most of it can be taken care of with vitamins, the correct vitamins. He's so cute and furious. Yeah, ADHD too, B12, right? Absolutely. That's why I started taking it. I saw you yesterday on a car washer. I want to take a pic with you and say, I saw you yesterday on car washer and I want to take a pic with you. And you say, no, why? Because Levi, because I don't own a car. What's car washers? Let's look it up. Car washer. Is it a show? Is that me? Sorry, my brother Levi. I'll correct it next time. I'm a pharmacist, student pharmacist. Yeah. Well, remember, most pharmacists are taught to use the list of pharmaceuticals that are extracted or converted or created from fossil fuels. And they say, if you don't use these, and instead of using nutrition, like most pharmacists don't learn nutritional studies. They don't learn like about vitamin deficiencies and whatnot. And if they do, they say, this is the product you can use that from our list of products. What do I take for my beer belly? Sit-ups. Do you like fried egg in your cheeseburger? I'm a fan. Let's see. What up, Adam, brother? Diet beer. There you go. Diet beer. Let me see what it says. Diet beer. Oh, God. It looks freaking so... It's so freaking wackadoodle. Zero carb beer. What's going on, brother? Yeah, sit-ups are yucky. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fried egg on cheeseburger. Yeah, boy, look at that. So freaking. And I've got 8 hens, so I get fresh eggs every morning, and I love it. I think it's so good. Having a rough day today. My fish died because I accidentally blew a load in the tank and contaminated the water, clogged up the filter, and everything was a mess. Anyway, I love the channel, man. Thank you, Sam. Why you got to get your you gotta better your aim there, brother. Remember, left or right of the fish tank. Make me want to go to work, cook today. You make me want to go into work and cook today with all this food and beer talk. Yeah, I'm a modern pharmacist. I've studied extra nutraceuticals and vitamins. Good. You'll be able to help a lot more people. There's a restaurant in the U.S. called Red Robin, and the Red Robin Royal Burger has an egg on it. Royal Red Robin Burger. Yeah, that looks like one of the ones we just saw. Let's see this here. Red Robin. Look up baked beans and fault bread. Fault or flat? Fault bread. Put an egg on the fish. Yeah, put an egg on the fish. Take care of that. I believe that eggs make most things taste better. They do. You don't understand how much the body loves cholesterol. And Brother Abdul, when you learn about how the brain uses and contains a lot of cholesterol and how cholesterol lowering drugs can damage the brain, like if people stay on them for too long, it's usually the people, they want people to be fat because fat people buy more food. But if they can figure out how to keep you alive while fat, then you can buy a lot more food than the average person, and they make a lot more money. And that's why the pharmaceutical industry and the agriculture industry are in bed together, because they profit so much off of each other. Sorry about the fish, Sam. Indian tacos, yummy. So I'll look up flatbread, beans and flatbread. Beans. Oh man, hold on. There we go. Look at that. Hold on. Bam, boy. Look at that. Eggs does make a lot of food better. Yes, absolutely. I'm hungry too. I'm still fasting. So it'll probably be another 2 hours before I eat anything. Have you had gabagool? Yes, I think I have had gabagool. Hold on. Yes, I absolutely have. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. What's up, Ayan? Frozen pizza cranberry juice combo is formed formaldehyde in the stomach. Jeez. That doesn't sound good. I'm due to die. One more slice. For real, ND, eggs are an essential ingredient in many things, even if you don't use the egg at all. Put it in Lionel. I reported your account. Thank you, James. Wolf Cut, you know what I have. Thank you, James Larrabee. I hope they give you a reward for finding the worst people on the internet. I love fried shrimp too. Oh, Madonna, how is the gabagool? Gabagool, it's freaking good. It's called what's it called? Capiocola. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Okay. Gabagool is Italian slang for capicola or capicola, Italian dried cured pork cut and made from the neck and the shoulder. Eggs are an excellent binder, and cake is. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. That's correct. That's correct. Correct. Fried eggs are absolutely great. Hear me out. Make a croissant, stuff it with sausage, gravy, bacon, country ham, scrambled egg. It's amazing. Fried butter. Fried shrimp. You know it's going to be rough eating when it's called a delicacy. Yeah, right. You're going to hate it, but if you keep eating it, you'll be able to stomach it. Yeah, boy, that's just so good. Oh, man, I'm such a fan. Okay, let's see. I hate cooking with milk. It's excellent. All right, what was the other thing we were looking up? Fried butter. Fried butter? Fried butter. Add butter. Deep fried butter. Let's watch it.
Today we're gonna fulfill every fat guy's dream by deep frying this stick of butter, flour, eggs, panko breadcrumbs.
Come on.
I can feel my arteries closing already.
Right, that's right.
All
Look
right,
up
let's
chickpea
deep
masala.
fry this
We will.
butter.
I love it too. Yeah, milk does burn. Yeah. Fried butter sells
It looks
diabetes.
like a
A
Twinkie.
delicacy.
All
A croissant
right,
is a
dude,
delicacy.
Things are
I
starting
get
to
ready
get
for
bubbly,
scars on
I'm
me.
gonna call it quits.
That's like
It's a
frying
good thing
ice
we
cream.
pulled it out when we did because it's getting leaky. All right, here we go. It's just about hollow.
Yeah,
in there.
absolutely.
We invented deep fried fry. Well, I didn't.
It's
come
probably
all this way
delicious.
not to eat it,
Apparently,
so,
blood is a
let's
substitute for
give it
eggs, so
a
if
test
you don't
bite.
want to eat
Here
eggs,
we
it's a blood
go.
coagulant. Yep, that's
Even
absolutely
though
true.
most of the butter's gone and just left a butter
I
imprint,
studied that
it's
vitamins are
still
required in
very
small
buttery
quantities,
and
very
good.
essential
It's
for daily
just
actions.
fried bread. It feels
Right,
like-
and the thing is, because they're required in such small quantities, people disregard them. It's like forgetting to add a pinch of salt to your chocolate. It's like, oh, it's still delicious, but it's not like that. It's like when you mix a bunch of chemicals together, they don't do anything without something to move it forward, a catalyst. And you need these vitamins as the catalyst. Like when you make plastics, a lot of times you need platinum, a very, 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 very small amount of platinum, but without it, you don't get the same plastics result. So it's like if you don't have the very small amount in your body, you're moot. Everything goes wrong. Yeah, but I agree. Reactions and metabolism of the Krebs cycle. Yes, sir. They deep fried butter at the New York State Fair. A guy who coined Alpha Wolf spent the rest of his life, a career disproving it. And this is a problem with science because it sounded so cool. Everybody spread it before it was disproven, and everybody's like, no. Yeah. So yeah, especially with atheist scientists. Atheist scientists will say, oh, there's no God when they're 20. And then when they're 58, they're like, sorry, I got now millions of people have learned from me and I taught them wrong. Butter and steak is so good. Dude, insane. You have more knowledge than me. Dropped out of high school after 11th grade, had 1 year of college, failed Algebra 1. Meat-based plant alternatives. Okay, does the plastic get worse, or how much goes into soft drinking water? What are you talking about? Hold on. Platinum as a plastic catalyst. Platinum-based catalysts, specifically platinum nanoparticles or carbon silica, reports highly effective at breaking down stubborn, long-chain plastic waste in valuable liquid hydrocarbons such as high-quality motor oil, diesel, and gasoline. They operate by selectively cracking polymer chains, uploading traditional and mechanical recycling. High cost limits its scalability. Okay. Platinum in plastic buckets. And creating. Okay, so platinum line, Duraline. Okay, platinum in manufacturing. All right. Generally refers to shooting errors. Okay, no. 24 plastic buckets. Catalyst. I spelled catalyst wrong. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Class manufactured polymerization. Well, not used for PTFD. Okay. So polymerization. Not used. Sorry, for HDPE, high density, because it'll break it down. Platinum acts as a main catalyst in the production of specialized silicones, nylons, and certain polyurethanes. Upscaling. Recent research has demonstrated that platinum nanoparticles supported on carbon. So you don't want to put a big chunk of platinum in there because it's expensive. So they take a piece of carbon and they atomize platinum on the outside, so you have a lot of surface area can efficiently catalyze the degradation of polypropylene, a common material for rigid containers like buckets, into liquid nanohydrocarbons. So you can take buckets and convert it into fuel oils and lubricants and whatnot. Anyway, but yes, you need catalysts to move chemical reactions forward. And a lot of our enzymes that were created, they need vitamins in order to do that. So if you're deficient, that reaction is not happening efficiently in your body, and your body will take from other parts of your body to make these things happen. Anyway. There's actual science, and there's people who just want to sound scientific. That's right. What up, Daniel? Beer tacos all day long. Yes, sir, brother Abdul. I'll teach anything I know and learn anything I don't. Do you know about Fort Riley? Yes, absolutely. Yes, we had to learn about this stuff. Back in school. I want to say 1900s, early 1900s. Fort Riley, major army installation in Kansas between Junction City and 1853. It covers 101,000 acres in Geary and Riley counties. The post serves as the home of the 1st Infantry, the big red one, 59,000 soldiers. I wonder if anyone's done an experiment and Pan is only giving them meat or bamboo. I guarantee it. I guarantee they have. Whether they published it or not, I guarantee it happened. Dorkanob, the alpha wolf thing is a perfect example of people misunderstanding scientific literature with confidence, right? And that's a big problem. And because people don't know what theory means or hypothesis. They don't understand that somebody says, oh, here's something. Maybe a freaking asteroid brought it down and Superman peed on a rag. And they're like, and then people are like, the way that we get blogosite is Superman peed on a rock because an asteroid came down. And because somebody had a hypothesis, somebody was stoned in the lab one day and said, this is how the world started. And they have no evidence for it. They have something that's here, and they said that just that it exists. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Funny you mentioned alpha wolves. I just watched Predator Badlands the other day, and that was the plot point. My profile picture is alpha. Yeah, definitely an alpha. Key wolf. Fort Riley is haunted. Funny you say that, Cat. I watched it 2 days ago. That chain, though. Yes, sir. Yeah. Life is more interesting than people make it out the same. They like to tell us that we're accidental creations from nature and we're no better than bugs, and we evolved from frickin' somebody's wackadoo in the ocean that turned into a fish, that turned into a lizard, to a snake, to a human. No one has any evidence for that. Somebody got stoned and said, this is probably what happened. And then they teach it because that happened in a research facility, somebody coming up with this. Then the people below them are like, oh, well, these guys are smarter than me, so that must be the truth. And the thing is, sometimes people post papers to be funny. And then people, you can't get the sarcasm across text. Yeah, it's crazy. I will research more about vitamin B12 for my pharmacy books. Come back. Please do, brother. Please do. Gene Singles would suggest otherwise. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, Brohan. And do you know why? Let's look. I want to show you this, my friend. So I'm going to tell you why first before we look it up, Brohan. So the 1% difference between human and chimp DNA, do you know how we sequenced the DNA? We sequenced it on the skeleton of monkey DNA. So we were wrong. It was actually lots of big differences, but when people that don't know what they're looking at look at it, they say there's 99. Watch. Why the monkey human DNA percentage was wrong. Okay. The widely 98.5 DNA similarity between humans and monkeys has been refined, with newer analysis suggesting 95 to 96, while accounting for the insertion and deletions rather than just single base substitutions. While the 1.2 to 1.4 of base pairs differs, an additional 3% difference arrives from structural gaps. So we had, in order to say where is our human DNA, we used monkey DNA to place ours on, so that other people that didn't know what they were looking at said, wow, they're exactly the same, because we used a ladder and then we took human steps from the ladder and put it on the monkey DNA. And then other people that didn't know what they were talking about said, so now we're saying the closer we look at it, this is actually still monkey DNA, not human DNA. Yeah, so it's wrong. It's wrong. Original and revised. Early studies focused on base pair substitutions leading to the 98.5, while including the structural differences is more fortified. A study claims 779,000 bases found 95% is identical. The genome coverage. Despite high similarity, small variations of its genome, around 35 million base pairs, account for significances. It's important to note that humans are more closely related to chimps than monkeys. They share a common ancestors, and this is where it's bullshit, right? Because it says that, but it's saying what it's showing, and then if you look at the other way, how did we use monkey DNA to? Oh damn it! What's the term I want to use? As a scaffolding. How we used monkey DNA as a scaffolding for the human genome. Okay. Okay, sorry. So I was backwards. We used the human genome to put the monkey on. So the 2008 modern techniques of the assembly of chimpanzee does not rely on the human genome reference. So the problem was, because we used, I said it backwards, but it's the same thing. We didn't just have human and have monkey and compare them. We had one and we started piecing them on to say how close we are. But no, it's absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Oh my God, you too. 12 diet beers, a slice of bacon before. I'm afraid if it's bacon bits, it may have invented time. And again, that human thing, no one knows. We've never seen an in-between monkey human. So we like and there's enough of a difference that's a theory. Somebody said, oh, it looks like this could have been. But we never found the in-between. It's just a theory. I asked my local chemist about cyanocobalamin and methylcobalamin once, that they were offering B12 complex. They weren't impressed. They should be. They should be. And you know, and I thought it was good too. I thought, I agree. Prey was also, but for some reason I got way more invested in Badlands. They got me very invested. Do you believe in evolution? I believe in like evolution in the sense of, when you're a human and you start lifting heavy things, you get bigger and your muscles change. You evolve into a different form of yourself, a different form of human. But you don't go from, if monkeys start eating human food, they don't turn into humans. Even so, science, evolution, like atheist evolutionists, they believe. They have faith that that's what happened without any proof. So it's just they're just storytelling. They're just guessing, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I can see that." I believe I would much more pray, probably because the whole sovereign woman theme is resonating with me. Have you heard the saying, "There's more unique genes between two fruit flesh than there is unique genes between sub-Saharan Africa and a man"? I've never heard that, but it sounds good. Badlands was still cool. I laughed every time. What up, Chi? What up, lady boy? Long time no see, lovely. Prey was pretty awesome as well. I really liked it when embracing the alpha wolf leader. What's going on, Quay Wolf? All right, let me look at that. And this is the thing too. So when they did the human genome and the chimpanzee genome stuff, this was decades ago, and so much more evidence that comes out. But when evidence doesn't match that narrative, they scrap it and they say, do it again, because we're teaching millions of kids from education, from curriculums that have been created from knowledge that we didn't have we haven't had the gaps filled in. So we're saying it was time. Give me it millions of years, and this could have happened, even though there's no evidence for it. It's just imagination. Let's see, cool little wolf. Quay. Yeah, definitely looks like the freaking air predator. Hey, wow, pretty good. I just started a Substack account, so there's that. How have you been? You guys see my flour pizza? Flour pizza. Hey, there it is. Hold on. I got it here in a second. Hold on. Wow, flower shaped pizza. That's freaking creative. Hold on. Discord. Bam. There you go. Look at that. Let me shrink it down a little bit. Come on. Oops. There it is. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. Kick ass cheese. That's awesome. Flowers don't belong on pizza, silly goose. Edible flowers. Cat's scary. I'm getting ready for a wedding that's coming soon. I'll be a bridesmaid. I'm still in the Stone Age with the chimps. And not even talking about 420 theater. These edible flowers. He hasn't kicked in yet because the only girl is exactly my age and people around us are judgy. Plus they make nasty comments. It does look good. I want to eat them. They do look good. I definitely eat them. Sorry. I would definitely eat them. You didn't post the finished ones. I wanted to see it all baked in goodness. They sound good. People to ignore, like people, and they sound like people to ignore. Oh, right. They're types of people you should ignore, right? It wasn't easy to make. I'm sure. Very interesting thing is when people that don't know what they're talking about act like they know what they're talking about. Like when people say like when that what's his face came in and said, no, this would say otherwise. How much have you looked into that? Did you just hear that someone said that and then you're repeating it, or did you actually look into it? Remember, most people do not know what they're talking about. And the thing is, one of the biggest things you can do in your life is to not act like you do. Because if you act like you do, people won't feel the need to tell you the rest of the story. Because like, oh, he already knows. And they don't. Like, obviously, he didn't know. And the thing is, the more we look into it, now that we can zoom in more and more with better technology, we're seeing more and more differences. So we went from 1% to 1.4% to 3% to 5% differences between humans and chimps. And the more we can get closer, the more we're like, actually, these aren't anything alike at all. You know, but they use the same base pairs, so that's something. So 100% of the chemistry uses is the same. Yeah, it's all wackadoodle. It's all wackadoodle. Right, but we'll figure it all out. That's what we're going to do. Now I want flour pizzas. Get to bring on the flour pizzas. Cool, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Banned again. Doorknob, what you doing, brother? You got trouble? Yeah, this looks freaking evil. Look at that freaking wackadoo. But you know, I think people want so bad to say we're all the same, we're all alike, we all think alike, because that when that happens, then somebody can say, no, I found more of the truth, so follow me. I found more of the truth. We should be doing this. We should be buying these products, injecting this stuff into our kids and this, because, oh, well, they're the ones that said that we're like monkeys too, so they must know what's better because we're ever evolving. They just learned more, and so they're going to tell us how everything will be okay, and they're not. They have no idea what they're talking about. They're just advertising stuff for companies to sell you stuff and to inject stuff into you. Doorknob, keep giving your dog a hair. Stop giving your dog a haircut. What's happening? Look up Xenomorph, coolest design. There's a lot of them. That shit was so creepy. Definitely freaking. Oh, what about aliens? Still alone in the universe? Listen, this is another thing. Like if you can convince somebody of something that you can't prove, like there's aliens, give me enough money and I'll prove it. Give me, and then we found more stuff. We found this. We found the precursors for sugars on an asteroid. Give me more money and I'll prove it. The problem is people then that aren't in that industry talk it like it's true. They found precursors to DNA. Yes, water is a precursor to DNA. Sugar is a precursor to DNA. Aluminum, iron is a precursor. Oh, iron is a precursor to DNA. So it's like they just, the way that they flower their language or use their vocabulary to say, no, more money, bigger telescopes, more this, more that. And I'm not against that at all, absolutely. But the deception they use to make sure they get paid, because they don't want to say, no, we can't find anything. Now I'm fired. Now what am I going to do for work? I was making $250,000 a year looking for aliens, convincing people that, weed, marijuana, apes, Bigfoot, devil's lettuce, ganja, yerbadanga, McFungus. Can you see it? I see McFungus and green meth and balls. I don't know what I'm supposed to be seeing. With what? With balls? I think people's chats are being censored. They're not popping up on the screen. So I guess Doorknob keeps posting stuff and we can't see what's going on. There you go. I think it's also has to do with, because I'm streaming to Twitch and to YouTube at the same time, and I get an aggregation, and whatever it doesn't think's important for me to see, it doesn't show it. Stop looking at his balls. They're trying to map the human genome. Thought they had it, found a little tail on a chromosome, checked it, and found another whole. Right. That this is the problem. They speak things like it's the truth, but it's only theory because we don't have all the evidence. So they say it like they do, or they will just with some more money. Oh, now we found even more. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Are you a flat earther? No, I'm not a flat earther. Absolutely not. No, I was blessed as a kid to be able to do the science to prove to myself that we're not on a flat earth. Let's see. Are you a flat earther? I would like to know. I'm a flat chester. I freaking love the internet. I love you all. I just want to tell you all that. Mike DeGrasse, like Mike the Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Is that what you're trying to say? Neil deGrasse Tyson? Yeah, that's a problem with science explainers. They think you're so dumb that you wouldn't understand the complexities, so they speak things like they're fact, even though, but you should understand that they're theories. I said it was a theory. I'm a flat earther looking good. What you're telling me, the earth isn't flat? Do you believe there's civilization beneath the earth's crust? I don't believe that either. I would love it. I mean, there's not human civilizations, but yeah. It's hot down there. Chemistry doesn't work very well down there for life. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil Tyson, yeah. Not a big fan. He talks to people that don't know like they're idiots rather than explaining things to them. And when you push back, he just says, "Oh, you just would you go to freaking some school, And it's just like, no, we're trying to understand, and you're speaking like these things are fact, and we'll say, well, what's the evidence against that? That doesn't matter in this conversation. Okay, cool, dude, cool. Okay, so we don't know if it's the truth or not. There's Yeti. I think there may be Yeti in the Himalayas. Icy. He likes Neil. Neil acted like a kid on Joe Rogan. He can't even stand up to him. He's visibly frustrated. Right, because he knows he's not being truthful. He's being deceitful. And that's the problem. like, I don't lie to you all. So if I learn something new, like, I could stand up. I've proved that I'm a smart guy. I could push back and be like, no, you're wrong because you're too dumb. I could say that. But if I'm wrong, I say, look, oh, here's the current evidence for why I'm wrong, and I had something backwards or whatever. Don't lie to people. And the thing is, when you lie to people, when your whole identity is being a smart person and you don't deserve that title, you start lying to cover up, to dissuade, to be like, oh, because you're a Democrat, oh, because you're a Republican, oh, you're a liberal, no, that has nothing to do with anything. I want the truth. I want to know what we're talking about. And it's absolutely psycho human detected, PhD. It's Kylo Ren. Hold on. Kylo Ren. Bam. Look at that freaking. Thank you. I aged well. Oh, man. What a freaking... They could have done so much kick-ass stuff with that. Yeah, what's up, Lord Peepatus? More Lord Petus. Peepatus. Peepatus? Pepedius. Neil explain flat earther on Earth around, as you can see, a 2 times sunset. And the thing is, if you paid him to explain why the Earth was flat, he would use all the flat earther evidence and speak like it was the truth. Then if you paid him to explain why the Earth is round, he would explain all the evidence for why we think the Earth is round. There's evidence for and against every theory. But when people are like, no, and they only speak of the evidence towards, like there is no evidence against, that's a problem. That's a problem. Gavin can't win. JD Vance has 0 fan base. Yeah, Gavin cannot win. JD Vance is that right. I agree. And yeah, Gavin should not run. Absolutely not. Gavin can't repair his reputation. He can't repair his history. JD at least has some time to make a fan base, Yeah. And things to change quick. Hello, Filthy Rich. What up, brother? What up? Yes, the Earth is flat. We're surrounded by a dome of water. The moon is a hologram. Australia is a psyop. Birds are government drones. And naturally, Pisces. You're right, brother. What's the evidence there that the flat Earth? I don't. Let's see. Evidence for flat Earth. Okay. Flat Earth theory. This is Encyclopedia Britannica. Perception of Earth's a flat disk, either circular or square. View persisted in the ancient world until until decisions were made that the Earth's shape was spherical. But remember, we can access the history. So if you go back before it was proven to be round, there was a lot of the smart people said it was flat. So history is the evidence for it, And yeah, but what's the scientific evidence? Yeah, that's the problem. People will use history as evidence for their lies, but they won't use history as proof of religion. Our God, do you do a metal scream, please? I'm here to rock. For those about to rock, we salute you. Do you know about... Yes, Filthy Frank, great. I've really enjoyed his work. Neil, after listening to that, I'm a paid actor. The Earth can't possibly be both flat and hollow, right. And because we know fluid dynamics, we know... Yeah, but people use the history they want to use to push their agendas, and people don't use the history they don't want to use. Like, you ever want to talk about slavery? Like, they only use the history they want to use. It only happened between America and Africa. It only happened between white people and black people. Like, they only want to use the history that they want to use instead of saying, oh, wow, everybody's been a slave. Everyone's owned a slave. It's every narrative. Everyone pick one. And people are good at that. People are good salesmen. When you sell a car, you don't say, oh, the engine will fail in 6 months. You'll tell you could do 600 miles an hour for the next 6 months. You don't say the negative. As an oblong sphere. Spheroid, I think, is the term. The Earth's shape. Oblated spheroid. Oblate. Oblate. Yep. Don't leave the turtle. Right. The turtle. That's right. All right. Does JD Vance fan base even exist? I mean, nobody yet, really. I'm sure there is some. And the thing is, Manthan, think about all the people that are bullied because of their politics. So 76% of kids 18 to 24 lie about their politics to not be bullied. And so we don't really know, because a lot of people are just saying, go Trump, go Gavin, go whatever, just so they don't get bullied on the internet. And that's, truth lies somewhere in between. But the turtle ND because of the size of the planet. Filthy Frank's a world top artist now. His name is Joji. Yep. His name is Joji. Yep. Swimming through space, the almighty turtle, eating cabbage, farting out stars. A slave of social media. It happens to a lot of us. But remember, you don't have to treat your slaves bad. You don't have to. I mean, yes, they're slaves. And some people are slaves before they're enslaved. They're slaves to their own mentality. So you don't need to treat them badly. They're still humans. Laura, don't be silly. What's an example of their rich slavery? Yeah. I'm not obligated to answer. Ed Zachary. Yeah, there's a lot. A lot of You guys want to go into slavery? Nah, let's not do it right now. We'll do it on another stream. We'll do it on a later stream. We got a lot of kids and stuff here that'll just be confused. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Look into Kylo Ren if he was a middle-aged librarian. You look like Kylo Ren if he was a middle-aged librarian with a drinking problem. Dun, 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 dun. Shut up! Texas was a separate country. It was? Yep. Jesus was a spiritual master from India. Yeah, Jesus definitely went through India without a doubt. Yeah, he's Kylo Ren if he was divorced with kids in college. Well, Hunter. We meet again. How are you, my brethren? Let's see. But it's amazing when you see things like this. Like you're like, wait a second. We think the Earth is round, but it's just lumpalated 5,000. Because it's easier to make spheres like that for putting globes in schools, but it's more like this. Einstein or Newton, who was more intelligent? Newton, definitely, 100%. Einstein definitely had a lot of things wrong. Einstein thought there was no Big Bang. Einstein thought the universe was eternal and not expanding. And he didn't know until he went to talk to Hubble and see through his telescope that everything was moving apart, which means that eventually everything had to, if you rewind it, everything has to come together. And he said it was his greatest mistake, his greatest blunder. Einstein's greatest blunder. Okay. He abandoned the idea of a static, non-expanding universe in 1929. A study confirmed that the cosmological constant is the best fit for dark energy. And this is the thing, too. He lied. He used a constant. His equations didn't work. So he said, if we put this number in here, it does work. So what does this number mean? And people say that must be the dark matter. But because some people are so adamant to prove that the world made itself or it's always been. Trouts are demon in fish form. What up, Dexo? The usual suspects. Bring camping to America. People are saying Erica Kirk and JD Vance will get together. Usher Vance will permit Diana just to get remarried. All right. Okay, yeah, my bad. Yeah, all right. Do you ever seen the movie Color of Magic? Yeah. Oh, Adam. What's the beef with Trout? People are saying, yeah. Yeah, he's gone. Epstein got a lot of things wrong. He was opposed to the funny mustache painter for one. What's his face guy? Come on. He made the clocks, the time melting. Just can't remember his name. What was his name? Dang it. What was his name? Dang it. Dali, Salvador Dali. Newton or Tesla, who was the best? Dude, Newton invented calculus in 1665. He invented calculus before electricity, before calculators and supercomputers. Yeah, Salvador Dali. They did a good job. Yeah, they did a good job. We're really moving past this trout statement. Okay, what? Okay, hold on. Why are trout viewed negatively? Okay, ready? Invasive species outside of their natural habitat, they can negatively impact local ecosystems by outcompeting native fish and eating local amphibians. Ethics concerns. Stock versus wild culinary. 15. PETA argue that raised on industrial fish farms live overcrowded, dirty conditions, suspect of stress and disease. The flesh can be polluted with toxins. Okay, Nikola Tesla created the Cybertruck. That's my book. I still hate Newton for my 12th grade calc class. That's pretty cool. I never even made it to calculus. I failed Algebra 1. So I never even made it to calculus. It's pretty cool. I'll see if I can watch it on Flix Baba or Movie Free Free Movie 123. Newton goat. Yes, he invented a branch of math to solve his problems known as calculus. Exactly. Absolutely. He said God created everything and I want to know how he did it. And he said, I can't figure this out. What would I need to solve this problem? Well, if numbers could work like this, and he did that and did that and did that till he said, this works. You know, like the deltas and stuff involved, like motion, like how everything works together. And think about it. People have been thinking about this stuff for a few thousand years. And he came in and said, this is how we can explain it, how it's done. Tesla invented radio, wireless controller. Yes. I failed calc. I failed calculus. Almost held your diploma. Held you back from getting your diploma. Yeah, I didn't get a diploma. I'm non-diplomaed. Non-diplomaed. Okay, let's see. So trout hold they filter out man-made pollutants, but they don't like reconvert them back into non-pollutants. They stay in their fish. Yeah, I saw that. That you failed calc. I did the same, brother. I didn't know. I didn't fail calculus because I never made it to calculus. I failed algebra 1. I passed pre-algebra and I failed algebra 1. And this is the thing why I failed it. Because they didn't tell you what world issues, what problems you would face in life that algebra was needed to solve. They just said you need to know it in order to get a diploma. I think you'll like it. It's especially the luggage. It's the unemployment class of fish. Right, exactly. And people, they'll treat fish like that, but not human like that. Luggage. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go. What time? Let's see if it's above 40 degrees yet. I gotta move some plants around. Let's see. Current temperature. 39. Close enough. All right. I'm tempted to look it up, but I won't. No spoilers. Another universe on the other side of the black hole. Yeah. See. This is the thing about theories. So according to what we know, and the problem with science is proven by repeatable experiments. So when people posit things that aren't repeatable, like history, it's, it's like things in the past aren't going to happen again. Fads and stuff will circulate, but historical events, there will never be another World War I. That would be World War II, right? So the science can't prove past events because no one was there. There's no history to prove it. That's why it's so easy to scam in science. Yeah, algebra is mostly for construction and architectural science. I suck. Then there's NASA boys. I think that's more trigonometry. Dinosaurs existed, and there's a lot of evidence to show they existed a lot sooner than 25 million years ago. In 2004, we found this lady found meat soft tissue meat on a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Soft tissue on Tyrannosaurus Rex, 2004. 2000. Well, in 2005 she got the, but in 2004, Dr. Mary Schweitzer found flexible soft tissue, blood vessels, cells, and the cell matrix inside of 68 million years old. But it couldn't be 68 million years old because bugs and stuff would have eaten it, and it would have deteriorated. It had to have been covered before that, and then rocks would have moved in. So we don't really know because no one was there to tell us, So we don't exactly know that, but people have theories because there's this much rock. Hey, question, Johns Hopkins or Harvard? Which one's a medical school for primary surgeon? Johns Hopkins. Definitely Johns Hopkins. Harvard is so, the United States government just separated themselves from Harvard this year because they're not teaching people what they should teach people. They're teaching people how to be activists, how to be activist surgeons, how to be activist scientists, rather than finding the truth. And Hopkins still has, but some people are like, I'm so anti-Trump, I'm not going to go there. I am going to go there. Trump won't be in office forever, so how do you want your life to be in 20 years? But Hopkins is where, if you live in that area, that's where I would go. I'm from Baltimore, and my father went to Hopkins. But he didn't go. He went for physics, not medicine. I like to buy the multiverse theory solely because of the Spider-Man sub theory out there. You got banned? I didn't ban you, brother. Listen, if YouTube is blocking your comments, that's not me. I have got moderation on low, and you only have low, medium, and high for moderation. Yeah, big fan, sir. Thank you. You're my big fan. Thank you, my brother Abdul. What up, Jim? New theory dropped. The observable universe doesn't expand at random about our uniform and predictable shape with readable grains. There you go. Let's get you a couple $1 million. How do we know dinosaurs look so horrible? We don't really know. These things are called artist depictions. Like, we don't know what stars look like from 1 trillion miles away. But we say they're made up of this, so you tell an artist this is what they're made up of, and they say, "Oh, this is what I think it is," So how would it have gotten there? What? Hold on, what am I missing? Someone planted that tissue just to troll everyone, or it's not that old, right? Or it's not as old as they're saying it is. It might only be 100,000 years old. We don't know. And nobody knows. It's just theory. There's theories and hypotheses for what, and there's evidence for and evidence against. But we've just been told it for so long that so many people that don't learn anything else after they go to school. Remember, science changes daily, and the science that you learned in high school was the science that was found and written about. The books were written before you even started high school. So any science that changed, they didn't edit the books. Right? And then you don't learn. So if you think that what you were taught in high school is still true, a lot of it's not. A lot of it may be. And the problem is people don't keep up with it, especially if you're not in the field. Here's an interesting one. Science cannot prove that we do not live in a holographic universe. Right. We might be a simulation, Jim. We might be a simulation. We do not know. We do not know for sure. Most of it is true. Yeah, most of it is. Right. Most of it's until it's proven false, right? But yeah, most of it is true. But about the history stuff, science can't prove history. And I think like we don't want to believe that we've been misled, but that's the way it works. They're saying this is what we know now. So teachers teach it. Science teachers that aren't science researchers teach it like it's true to 8-year-olds, 8th graders and stuff. Bill Blyson, A Short History of Nearly Anything is an amazing book. I would recommend it if you're interested. Bill Blyson. Yeah, let's look at that. Bill Blyson, Short History of Everything. Old license. Bill Bryson. Okay, humorous. I've definitely seen that book before. I've definitely seen it. It's only $3.92. All right, cool. I'll get that. That's on my reading list. All right, everyone. I'm gonna wrap it up here in about 2 minutes. If anybody else has any questions that's burning right now. I'll answer it before I end. If not, I'll be back in about an hour and a half, about 3:30. It's 1:53 right now. All right, let's see where we at. Fried freaking butter. That's so crazy. All right, let's see. Bye, everybody. Hugs and kisses. I love y'all. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you forgot. And I appreciate y'all being here. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.